a cow. Sorry, ruminant is a cow. Well, overeating the Biuret supplement. So I will start first, which is I will talk about basically in a ruminant, right? They obtain their nitrogen is from, first one is from plant or animal protein. Second part is from the non-protein nitrogen sources, which is actually the main focus for today. Okay, so non-protein nitrogen actually is a component such as the ammonia compound. They are not protein, but later they can convert to protein because there is a microbes in the ruminant stomach. So that's why they can obtain the protein. So in today's the cases is given that Biuret actually is one of the example of the non-protein nitrogen. It is potential sources that can provide a supplement to the cow because it is due to the solubility, which is only slightly soluble in water. So it will not, I think it will not affect the ruminant digestive system in that. So beside that is the slow rate of degradation. So when after consumed by the cow, it's a slow release in the rumen. So enable that there is a continuous supply of ammonia to the cow. And third one, that what I get from I search online, actually they say they are non-toxic, which is actually make it a good supplement that can be provided at a higher rate compared to urea. So actually got also the disadvantage about the Biuret, which is actually it is more expensive compared to urea. And second one, the ruminant actually they are lack of the enzyme called biuretase to digest the thing because they are not automatically built in the system. They need to about 6 months, take the time of the 6 months for the ruminant to build up the enzyme. So actually you need to take caution of
6 months.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
So now actually this is what I get, and now I want to know about how nitrogen process.
Alright. Okay. So basically the cow will see Biuret and they will eat.
Yeah, okay.
So they will be fed with the Biuret and then eventually will enter the digestive system. Alright, so they will undergo, they will face the rumen first. Alright, so I'll be explaining on the microbial activity on Biuret, which is can be found in the rumen. So microbial nutrition fermentation is very important in order to break down the protein, which is the nitrogen content that can be found in the protein. So when Biuret or any feed stuff which is being fed to ruminant, which is in this case is the cow, the protein can be either in two categories, which is the degradable or undegradable protein. The undegradable protein can be simply being utilized. I mean, it can be fed and then just simply being absorbed by the body. But for the degradable protein, it needs to undergo the microbial activity, which the microbes in the rumen will secrete enzyme and then will break down the protein into we will convert the protein from nitrate to nitrites and then to the ammonia, which then the ammonia will be absorbed to the body and then eventually will to make up the protein for the muscle. Alright, so amino acids are also the products of breaking down the protein by the microbes, and ruminants really dependent on microbes in the rumen in order to get the protein to build up their muscle mainly. And biuret is one of the example of non-protein nitrogen sources that can be utilized by the microbes as they secrete the enzymes. But however, the process of degrading of the protein, which is the biuret, is also in the category of degradable protein. It can cause both positive and negative effects on the ruminant itself. This can be seen where not all of the ammonia contained in the feedstuff is utilized by the microbes, and this might happen due to high content of nitrogen in the feedstuff. In this case, the biuret, and would eventually cause the ammonia to get through the rumen wall and enter the bloodstream and be secreted as waste product in the form of urine. So it can be seen that it can be a huge loss for the ruminant, where it cannot utilize fully the nitrogen content of the biuret. So this loss can be reduced by formulating the right amount, which involves the rations of microbes and ruminants. So we have to balance we have to know the right amount of biuret to be fed and the capacity of microbes in the rumen as well, so it can meet up the balanced usage of nitrogen. I think that's all for the microbes.
Okay. So how do you measure the capacity of the microbes?
Basically we will they usually estimate the number of microbes. Not they count exactly the number of microbes, but they assume by the weight of the animal, the weight of the cow, and the age of the cow.
I see. Okay. So I'll continue what Lokman have to say. Okay. So the product of digestion of biuret can be divided into amino acids and also ammonia. So these both products will be absorbed from the enterocytes in the intestine to the blood and also to the liver. Then the ammonia will proceed to kidneys for urea cycle. Okay, and however the absorbed amino acids will have three phases. First one, they will be used to synthesize tissue proteins, like to build up our muscles, the animal's muscles, and the other phase is to synthesize enzymes, hormones, and other metabolites. And the third phase is these amino acids will undergo deamination or transamination. So you all must be wondering, what is this deamination or transamination?
Yes.
Okay, so I explain transamination first. So transamination is the transfer of the amino group from an amino acid to an alpha keto acid. So this process will produce pyruvate and also alpha keto acid. So the pyruvate, after being synthesized, will be used for before this we learned, like for the acetyl CoA, and also to go back to produce to synthesize glucose. During the glucose insufficient in the body. Okay, so this transamination is catalyzed by aminotransferases. Because transfer of amino group to an alpha keto acid, right? So we need transferases. So the next one, which is more important, I think, is deamination. So deamination is the removal of the amino groups of the amino acids to just one amino acid, glutamic acid. So this process will produce ammonia and also alpha keto acid. Okay, so ammonia will be moved to kidneys again, and it will undergo urea cycle again. And while the alpha keto acid is metabolized via several potential pathways. So deamination is catalyzed by transaminase enzymes. Okay. also the same transaminase, will transfer the amino group to a compound called alpha ketoglutarate. Okay, and then this product will form, say, alpha keto acid, and from the amino acid isoglutamate. So the ammonia is toxic, as we know, it's toxic to the nervous system. So it should be converted into urea furthermore in the kidney. So the process of urea cycle will be explained by Sarah.
Okay. As mentioned, Ruth mentioned that ammonia is the product of oxidative deamination reaction. This detoxification of ammonia is called the urea cycle, or also known as the ornithine cycles, which will convert ammonia into urea. Okay, these urea cycles reaction occur in the liver, and the formation reaction is 2 ammonia plus carbon dioxide plus 3 ATP will produce urea, water, and 3 ATP. Okay, so this urea cycle consists of 5 steps: formation of carbamoyl phosphate, and formation of citrulline, formation of arginosuccinate, formation of arginine, and formation of urea. The first 2 is occur in the mitochondria, while the others occur in cytosol. Okay, and these steps require enzymes, which are carbamoyl phosphate synthase 1, ornithine transcarbamylase, or arginosuccinate synthase, arginosuccinate lyase, and arginase. Okay, so the first step is this carbamoyl phosphate. The formation of carbamoyl phosphate first, they will synthesize from the condensation of ammonia and carbon dioxide. It will by using the carbamoyl phosphate synthase 1, and it's required 2 ATP and carbon dioxide. Sorry, and then we get the carbamoyl phosphate, and then the next step is the formation of citrulline. This one, citrulline is synthesized from the carbamoyl phosphate and the ornithine. This one will undergo by using the carbamoyl phosphate, and then ornithine will regenerate and used in the urea cycle. Therefore, it will not wait. Sorry. Okay. Citrulline will transfer from the mitochondria into the cytosol, and then next is the synthesis of arginosuccinate, which arginosuccinate. It is condensed require aspartate and citrulline together, and also ATP. So just now we used 2 ATP. Now we use 1 ATP, and then we become AMP and pyrophosphate. Okay, and then next is the cleavage of arginosuccinate. The arginosuccinate will will produce 2 things, which are fumarate and arginine. Okay. Then the fumarate will undergo TCA cycles and also the TCA cycles. And then arginine will form urea and also ornithine. That's all.
So this is the end product.
Yeah, and the end product of the
urea
cycle.
cycle.
Yeah.
So the end product?
The urea
And then it will be excreted out from the body through urine.
Okay, so now I'm moving on to the ammonia toxicosis or ammonia toxicity, where when the cow they consume excess biuret, there must be
Because the quiz say consume 10 kg of biuret.
So when the cow consume about 10 kg of biuret, what will happen? So we assume that the biuret is excess. Okay, so there must be consequence based on the excess taken by the cow. But first, I'm going to explain about the causes of toxicosis, where it actually comes from the NPN supplementation. So the first one would be the improper mixing of NPN or non-protein nitrogen, and then the error calculation which result in excessive supplementation. The third one would be inadequate adaptation period, because usually the ruminants they need the adaptation time for them to consume, for them to adapt with the excess biuret. You can't just simply give the biuret. They need some time to adapt with the yes. Okay. And then there are also because maybe the cow had a free choice access to NPN rations, and there are actually several factors which make animals they are more prone to ammonia toxicosis, where when the animals are hungry, and the farmers don't give the food, they will actually consume more amounts of the biuret. Okay. And then what happened then is that the other several factor is that when the animal is stressed, maybe because after they are being castrated or vaccinated, so they will feel stressed. When you are stressed, you feel hungry, then you tend to eat more.
Yes.
Just like that. Okay.
Most of us.
Alright, so we're moving on to the clinical signs. Actually, this web is about the problems in cows. Yes, in cows. The clinical signs, the first one would be the animals are often found dead as the progression of ammonia toxicosis is very rapid. Okay, so the onset of clinical signs may vary from a matter of only 15 minutes to several hours. The death usually occurs around 24 hours following ingestion, but they can range from less than 1 hour to 3 to 4 days. So the signs that we can see including the ear twitching, the pupil dilation, rapid eye blinking, the dyspnea, and then dyspnea, the excessive salivation, and the frequent urination or defecation, toxic convulsions induced by stimuli. So I'm not sure what is hyperkalemia.
It's an excess of ammonia in the
Yes, so that's gonna occur due to the excess consumption of biuret. Okay, so the treatment, the diagnosis, I'm not so sure what happens. So maybe we should.
So then what about the process? What happened when
I will proceed about that process. Okay, but first, as we know, when the cow taking too much of biuret, so it will cause toxicity. So biuret we can relate it to urea also, right? So the first one is we can conclude about uremia. Okay, what is uremia? It is urea in the blood. Okay, so it can be defined as an excess of amino acid and protein metabolism and products such as urea or creatinine, as mentioned by Sarah. Alright, so that one, urea will be normally excreted in the urine. Okay. And then it can be affect such as kidney failure. So it's not good for the cow, okay, if to consume too much of biuret. And then So feeding excess dietary nitrogen to mainly ammonia can be not only can be affect to the environment but also to the animal. So there will be a metabolic energy that is associated with excreting excess ammonia in the urine, so which can result in lower production and overall performance, okay, especially for the cow, okay, because as we know that the cow will produce milk, so if there's too much ammonia, so it will increase milk urea nitrogen, so it absolutely will cause effects on health and reproduction. Okay. So I would like to tell you guys more about the process. Okay, so if there's too much ammonia, it will cause nitrate poisoning, okay, or toxicity. So it may affect ruminants that consume certain forage, for example, Biuret. So under normal conditions, nitrate ingested by ruminants such as cow will convert it to ammonia, and then bacterial protein in the rumen by bacteria. So these are the process. Okay, the nitrate will undergo to the nitrate, ammonia, and then amino acid, and then the last one is the protein. So the first one is nitrate is converted to nitrate faster than nitrate converted to ammonia. Okay, and then when higher than normal amounts of nitrate are consumed, an accumulation of nitrate may occur in the rumen. And then the nitrite, sorry for the nitrite then will be absorbed into the bloodstream and will convert to hemoglobin to methemoglobin, which is unable to transport the oxygen. So when an animal dies from nitrate poisoning, it is all because due to lack of oxygen.
And that's why Hani said dyspnea.
Yeah.
Difficulty.
Yes. So, okay, for the last one, I will say about toxicity variation. Okay, they're depending on several factors. For example, the animal can become conditioned to eat larger amount of feed with high nitrate content if the increase is gradual. Number two is healthy animals are less likely to be adversely affected than animal in poor health. And the last one, an adequate amount of available carbohydrates or grains allow the animal to consume more nitrate because carbohydrates enhance the conversion process from nitrate to microbial protein. So that's all for toxicity process. So any addition about this topic?
But I guess everyone is already clear about the causes when the cows consume too much of Biuret. But I guess you want to add anything?
So great understanding.
Yeah. So today we have learned about the amino and protein metabolism and also what happens when animals consume too much Biuret. Yes. So that ends our discussion. Thank you everyone for your
Thank
participation.
you. Bye.